Ghana's cabinet has approved a Eurobond issue of up to $1 billion, tentatively scheduled for July this year. That's according to the Finance Minister, Seth Terkper, who also named the Accra-based Ecobank Development Corporation and Strategic African Securities as the bond's co-managers. Proceeds from the issue will be used for capital expenditure and refinancing public debt to cut the country's borrowing costs. The minister says the government is also considering additional measures, including tax hikes and regular adjustment in utility prices to boost tax revenue for the year, after provisional information showed that there were quite a few shortfalls in first quarter revenue targets. Now, speaking of capital markets, stock exchanges right across Africa are starting to spread their wings and raise their product offerings as part of efforts to attract new investors from within and outside the continent. CCTV's Angelo Coppola caught up with two key players in the capital markets, and he filed a story about potential joint ventures to increase commodities exchanges and boost food security across Africa.
Soft commodities have been traded on stock exchanges for centuries. What we are starting to see now is the creation of commodity exchanges. The idea is to improve food security through more transparent pricing and linking of supply with demand. It's a logical progression as sections of Africa are increasingly seen as the world's breadbasket. South Africa has a commodities product at the JSE, and Rwanda is fairly close to getting a commodities exchange off the ground. Meanwhile, there are other developments.
We are working very closely with the Nigerian Stock Exchange. We are looking to put a commodity exchange in Nigeria, and we're both working on a NASDAQ platform, so we think that there is a lot of synergy there that we can work together to build that capital market. We also are working very closely with the South Africa Futures Exchange, its past managing director and its current managing director.
The JSE is considered to be a fairly entrepreneurial exchange. Under its previous CEO, plans to get involved in joint ventures on the continent met with limited success. This was partially due to the lack of deal flow in many of those other exchanges. This seems set to change as the JSE explores a new initiative with the Zambia Exchange.
A collaboration between us and the Zambian Agricultural Commodities Exchange in listing a derivative on the Zambian contract in South Africa traded in US dollars, which will enable Zambian clients and international clients to manage their Zambian commodity price risk. So I think it's a really innovative solution. It shows how if you use the expertise of the respective exchanges, they'll trade the spot, we trade the derivatives, you can actually offer everything to the clients.
As with any innovation, there will be several firsts, something that Newton King isn't afraid of.
A test case for a number of things. Firstly, I think it's a really good example of bringing to scale quite quickly. It's a test case for trading in dollars in South Africa. It's a test case for lots of interesting things.
Continental collaboration in the stock exchange space is fraught with complexities. These range from exchange rate issues, in-country financial regulations, and legal interpretation. Despite these challenges, it appears that the continent is set to see some exciting joint ventures, and farms of all sizes will benefit. I'm Angelo Coppola for CCTV in Johannesburg.
Now remember, of course, we are keeping a very close eye on developments in South Africa, especially regarding the labour market and workers' strikes. We'll have details for you in our later bulletin. Retrenchments are expected to start today in the platinum miner Amplat, while talks are ongoing at the chrome mines, especially around the Rustenburg area as well. A planned protest by the Congress of South African Trade Unions, COSATU, was, however, called off earlier on Friday. We'll certainly be keeping tabs on that. More updates, you should accept those at 1700 GMT. Right now, though, quick run through the early market numbers this Friday. Nigeria's all-share index traded 2.11% in the red. The market there clearly not having a decent day, down by just over 2 percentage points there. Over in South Africa, the JSE all-share index was higher, however, in the green to the tune of about a third or so. And the NEC 20 share index, of course, closed down about half a percentage point yesterday, paring back some of the gains that we saw earlier in the week. Quite a bit of volatility still racking up the market, but at those levels, it's still up about 20 or 24% in the year to date.